Tomorrow is Stoker's birthday too.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh boy, it's gonna be Bat Day. Alright, it is time for Talos dos Nagos.
Talos, the Hands of Fate.
Oh god.
Talos the demon. Talos the lure.
Talos, the Ichor Veins of Fate. Roxas says, wait, we have 2 birthdays? No. You have 1 birthday and then 364 unbirthdays.
That
What's
was
that?
a fox.
It's a creature. I saw creature.
Creature!
Oh, I missed it.
Excuse
It
me,
has disappeared.
I have 2 birthdays.
Chief Eric, how come the government gave you 2 birthdays?
Be better. Does that mean you get twice as old?
See. Have I looked at this? Yes.
The Dead City.
Need to get back into the center. Back, you go back. Just such an absolutely huge landmark. I have to walk for like a full minute to get back centered with it.
I love how much open world design overlaps with like theme park design in making sure that people don't get lost, and that like landmarks are always put in a way where you can orient yourself.
Lost Labs, 0 out of 1. Interesting.
Psst.
Alright, everybody. I'm sure you're all excited to check out the next site. But while you're there, remember that I'm still trying to fix the rest of the transport system. Maybe there's another one of those labs that 1K found. If there is, look for more documentation, please.
Here we are at Minas Tirith.
I was literally about to say. Damn it! You took the joke out of my mouth.
Been finding the puzzles quite a lot easier than the first games, though. I really hope they get at least a little challenging.
I'm sure
Oh,
they
I'm
will
sure.
once you get to the expert puzzles.
Yeah.
But a lot of
Oh,
this
yeah.
is them just integrating new mechanics. So in order to do that, they have to ramp it up a lot slower.
I'm sure the difficulty of like the secret locations and stuff is going to be much higher. They're going to save those
Also-
kinds of things for the more engaged, more mentally intrigued players.
Not to mention the
Hey 1K, what's up?
I think it's also
Maybe
because in
they're
the
for
first game
powering
had
up
a
the
harder
megastructure?
version of most puzzles
Or
with the
maybe they
stars,
just open
but
it,
this game
like
doesn't do
keys.
that.
Why?
Puzzles only have the main goal.
No idea. But aren't they gorgeous? Just incredible feats of engineering? I don't know who built this place, but whoever they were, they must have had a purpose. Making something so beautiful feels like a statement of intent.
Quantum Tunnel.
Quantum Super Tunnel. Ooh.
How you're
That's
thinking with portals.
I can't walk through it unless... Can I walk through it? It doesn't look like you can walk through it. But I can have other things go through it.
Yeah, I think you can reach through it and put lasers through it. The GLaDOS advertisement that they made featured these devices because, you know, she was like, oh, original idea.
GLaDOS called this original? Awesome.
She was being sarcastic, I think, GC.
I know. Gee, I knew that.
Wait. You can just take one of these out and put them on the other side. Yeah.
Haha. But can you escape the other one?
Yeah.
Hua hua. Oh, you've got to do it specifically on the, like, copper patina walls.
Otherwise, they'd have to probably make these puzzle rooms a lot more complicated to make them on any wall.
That many of these structures are
Otherwise,
not
it'd just be
strictly
way too
functional.
easy to
There's a
skip to
sense
the
of
end.
aesthetics, of beauty here. This place might be meant
Yeah.
to test us somehow, but perhaps there's more to it than that.
I mean, they could always just literally make a level where every wall is the copper if they want you to kind of
Yeah.
have to figure that out.
Keep wanting to run into the forest.
Become creature, escape into woods,
Go on quests.
return to monkey.
Monkey, 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 monkey.
Rock climbing.
So chat, turn your clock hours back in 1 hour and 2 hours from now.
Well, technically, you're supposed to do it at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Which is 2 a.m. for GC in 2 hours.
Yeah. I gotta turn mine to 2 hours.
I gotta give that android a boop,
Boop.
and a boop,
Oh,
and a
hammer.
pat.
I'll give her a boot too.
Jam on the gate, jam on the gate, jam on the gate, jam on the gate.
I hate losing 1 hour, so I think we should just move back 1 hour every year. Add 1 hour.
That sounds good.
I keep thinking, why puzzles? Is it just their symbolic value because of our history? Because if all this is meant to be a security system like 1K suggested, why would you build a security system that could just be solved? But if this is about testing us, what are we
Also,
being tested
abolish
for?
time zones and keep the
It
same
can't just
clock
be about
everywhere in the
spatial
world while
reason.
we're at it.
Our curiosity? Our persistence?
You're assuming that this place follows a coherent logic. My impression is that it's full of contradictions.
I just all turns off, I guess.
I do like that they referenced that you that you suggested it was serious.
I don't think it's like a security system. I think it's a checkpoint of some kind to make sure that you are the right kind of person.
The right kind of a person, or like to make sure that it's like, okay, your species has achieved sentience and you are given the power to be in these robot bodies.
Yes.
But are you truly critical thinking enough?
Ah. I have another exterior puzzle somewhere.
The right person is a puzzle fiend.
I mean, that's kind of what the Talos 1 simulation was about. It was never about solving the puzzles. It was always about defying Elohim, questioning his motives and logic, and finding your own way to do things.
The long-awaited birth of our 1000th and final citizen was interrupted today by an unknown projection in the skies. The projection, which identified itself as Prometheus, goaded New Jerusalem inhabitants into indecipherable incantations. The source of the projection was tracked to a remote, mysterious island. A team led by Byron is now en route to find out more. Other members of the expedition include Alcatraz, Melville, Yakut, and 1K. Mayor Hermanubis has once again called for calm and promises that New Jerusalem will be safe so long as citizens do not forget the ideals of the goals set forth by the founder. You consent to my gathering and sharing your personal data. What am I signing up to? What if by consenting I miss out on something else?
Newbie?
When your choices matter in this world, you'll know about it. It's somehow built in. When you face a dilemma and both options look good, then for sure you'll miss out something. But trust your gut and you can't go wrong. This right now is not one of those dilemmas. You should come along for this ride. That's my advice. Sure. Which is more important, making good decisions, compassion, or knowledge?
Now you have consented to marketing emails.
That's what I was thinking too, actually.
Yeah. I mean, his number is 666, but it might be like a double reversal. Is it ever okay to lie or misdirect in order to keep a secret? Yes.
Can't.
I reject Kant. When people do wrong, do they deserve to be punished for it beyond what is necessary for our own protection? Beyond what is necessary? Well, what do we deem necessary?
If a person shoots another person with a gun, then you punish person A by removing their ability to have guns. But you don't do anything else. I think.
Maybe. I mean, if we actually assume that sufficient punishment is sufficient, then yeah, there shouldn't be any more than that.
Interesting. I would have actually agreed.
No.
I would have said yes. I would have said examples must be made.
I would
For
say
the Nordic model, personally.
I would actually agree with Miller on that one, actually.
Punitive punishments are
that,
important.
No, I'm thinking that if it is actually a sufficient punishment, then it's going to be sufficient.
That's what I agree with. Sufficient punishment. But I found the way the question phrases it, let me see.
Punishments that make an example of people are actually not effective, I think.
The problem is that there's not a lot of ways to actually vouch that a punishment has been carried out sufficiently. Because you can say, oh, we take away his guns, but can you actually just keep him on permanent probation for the rest of his life? Will probation be sufficient? You don't know that. That's not necessarily enough to keep guns out of his hands. Question 4. Now it gets metaphysical. In your opinion, can the world be reduced to mechanical parts, or is existence just weirder than we'll ever really know?
We'll never fully understand the universe.
Can things really change for the better, for good, or do good times and bad come around in cycles? I know it's difficult to translate our infinite reality into binary language. Nonetheless, I suggest if you have any natural inclination towards either idea, you answer that way, even if it's not strictly correct, but if you insist, I'll communicate your apathy to my companions. Which is more important to the success of civilization, to respect the lessons of our past, or to rewrite the rules for our future?
I would say it depends here. I know it's a non-answer. That is true too, though. I would go with that one.
Can praying for something make it more likely to come true? Hey, I'm curious, has anyone actually met 1K? By the Founder's Pistons, I hope he's interested in mechanical engineering or something. We desperately need more people to keep the city functional, so we don't have to rely on Melville to repair the stuff that Pellegrino fixes. Hey, remember when you fixed the door to the mayor's office? How long was Herman stuck in there? You trap one mayor in his office for a week and you're marked for life. I hope he's an artist. What we really need is new stories, new ideas to lift our spirits. You know, if we just keep growing, we wouldn't have to worry about this, and we wouldn't have to imprison poor 1K in a cage of expectations. 1K will be whatever the progenitor intended him to be, and whatever the founder foresaw when she established a goal. He's really interested in history, which is an excellent start. Some of you could learn a thing or two from his attitude.
I will find my own path. Well, let's see, I don't know what I want to do.
So I was literally born this morning, so... I do consider engineering. Dude, what?
I like that. I like little chimes like that.
What if the final boss is a single sliding panel puzzle, and
Yes.
no one has ever succeeded in history so far? Only the chosen one will pass.
So, I'm trying to remember the last thing. Doge was in a test, and now he's here. But nobody seems to be paying attention to him, looks like.
See, there's a... escape ladder. E.
And the way he questions you like that, it makes me wonder if he's gonna try to copy you or steal your identity.
No.
It's a really large theory there, though. Like, I don't have to make that much, other than the way he just tried to question you like that. Yeah.
Kurokibagami, the true final boss will be a CAPTCHA. Or a single question, click here if you're not a robot.
Wouldn't that be something?
Oh, I see.
I mean, they've been pretty consistent in calling themselves human, so...
How does that not stay that way?
It's weird. Why would that?
It should.
And it's quantum hand wavium.
Yeah, I don't get it. That should stay. Oh, this isn't.
Oh, because that's not connected.
Now it should.
There we go.
But I only have 2 of these. I don't think it's possible to get red from this side either.
Aren't these the ones that have the, like, color mixing in them?
This one. There it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you do red and blue, then we get green.
There we go.
Ah. You don't need to unlock the red door. It's a red herring!
Let's get some measurements from this particle cloud.
People in your red hearing.
Might just have found an alternative solution.
Sure, go ahead. Your arrival marks a moment of New Jerusalem's maturity, and there are differences of opinion about what it ought to become. Naturally, there are people working quietly behind the scenes in an advisory capacity, trying to guide our city to prosperity. People who know things which could only scare or confuse the average citizen. I have 5 such friends who expressed to me their interest in getting to know you. I can't yet tell you the names, I can tell you a little about them. The first is an engineer by trade, tends to see the world as a puzzle to be solved. Second is a scholar of some repute, that thinks big questions have answer in our code. Third is, well, it's hard to pin down, a practitioner, let's say, of the esoteric arts. Fourth is a member of the political establishment. And the fifth, well, the less I say about them, the better for everyone. So, is there someone you think you would make a good match?
Got the engineer.
The engineer, I would say.
Your answers to my questions and our observations of your behavior elsewhere have given us a massive amount of data. It's clear that there's only one person I should put you in touch with. You've shown commitment to scientific progress and pursuit of the truth. Your support would mean a great deal to my friend from engineering. She's no kind of expert on the human condition, but she's dedicated to analyzing how the world works and using that knowledge to shape our future for the better. Are you happy for me to put you in touch? Not what it seems. Get involved behind the scenes. Placement.
The truth I'm about to doge y'all on.
I don't even see anything else to use this on. Oh, good one.
Like the architecture in this game, but the large worlds feel a little emptier to me. And I like the sense of history in the first.
Where's that need to go? Do not see a blue connection point. Did I miss it somewhere? Where is the blue connection point? Don't see it in there. Is it up there? Yes. Okay. There we go.
You know something that's weird about these puzzles? They're not replicas of the simulation puzzles, like the ones in the museum.
Wasn't there an artist who did an exhibition a few years ago that involved new puzzles of some kind?
That was Barzai. It was called Trials of an Imagined Past. I tried to get you to come along. You thought it would be boring.
Were they similar?
No, not at all.
Was it boring?
I thought it was interesting.
I thought it was interesting.
turn that off. I don't think there's any way to get that. Can't put it in far enough. What if I do it the other side? Doesn't look like I can see it without opening this up. Thought I left clicked. Or right clicked. Whichever one it is. There we go.
Progress on the particle clouds, Melville. It's pretty clear they're integral to how all of this functions.
I've gathered a lot of data, but I still have a lot of numbers to crunch before I can give you an answer. And I can't guarantee that my answer won't be another question. I'm glad we don't get headaches.
How do you guys know what a headache feels like? Don't you guys want to acquire?
While exploring the forest, I came across a site of primal force. A beautiful stag, standing on a hill silhouetted against the setting sun. It appeared like a messenger from some divine natural power, perhaps from Gaia herself. Even to a being such as myself, less susceptible to manipulation by instincts and hormones, it was clearly a moment of revelation. In such moments, we are told to avert our eyes. But what if we do not? What will we discover if we look more closely? If we could speak to the stag, what wisdom would it have to offer? The answer is none. The stag is an animal of overwhelming stupidity, driven only by fear, hunger, and lust. There is no abyss for us to plunge into behind this revelation. Rather, the revelation is as flat and unreal as the plywood walls of a film set.
I'm curious, do the robots' voices sound robotical or natural?
Natural.
Chat says all the things they're gonna do tomorrow. Well, chat, if you're sitting around tomorrow afternoon trying to figure out what to do, you should go watch the guys that organize the Jump Ship Game Jam. They're gonna be doing a showcase of all the games they wanted to play.
Our existence as individuals, but the self cannot exist without that which surrounds it. The citizen lives within the city, and the city lives within the cosmos. So now we must apply the principle we have discovered to the wider world and ask, if man is like a machine, could it be that the universe is similar in nature? And if so, what follows from that fact?
From a little birdie that they're going to be making sure to take time to play through the entirety of Haven Celestia Under One Sky.
Here's 5. Okay.
How can I help you? I don't know what she is, ontologically speaking, but those questions she asked reinforce my belief that we're being tested, or perhaps analyzed. Interesting monument. Decorative for another puzzle.
I still love the Firefox people bans discussion.
Why does social media say one new message? I don't see anything.
Yeah, social media is a lot more active than that.
Map. It's just that.
It's a pity that they took away the online QR codes where you could see stuff from your Steam friends. That was neat.
What's these?
I really hate the noise that the driller makes. This is annoying. Reach that switch. You can. switch is on. I don't need... Just put this right there. Can't take it out because of this. Okay. Do that, see what's on the other side there.
These puzzles would be a lot simpler if these robots could just crouch.
Yep. That hasn't been programmed in. Maybe that's the secret ending. They unlock the ability to crouch.
You flew.
Actually, to go over here first. Put a hole there. Now I can reach that. Put that there. But I cannot open a hole anywhere. Does not look like it can reach that here. Okay. Wait, can I jailbreak both of these? I can.
There you go.
I can't take it past there. Can't hit the wall through the door. Wonder, can I reach it from this side? Not look like I can. All the walls are blocking me.
How dare they do that?
I can actually stand on this. I don't think that's intended, but I can stand on it.
That is definitely not intended. You may have found another out-of-bounds strategy.
When I jump off of it, I bounce away from the wall automatically, so it won't let me jump straight off. Dave is over here. Cannot shoot through here. There. Nothing I can shoot through over here. What am I missing here? Is there a way to get the, well, I could technically just go in here, move this to that side. I might be able to read from inside the purple emancipation grid. Yeah, that should work.
Maybe fun, I do.
New interface content available. So 1K found a recording of Liththir. What an odd recording too. I know he's one of the first companions, but I don't actually know that much else about him. Don't think I've ever seen him around either. Can someone explain? Liththir always had an unusual perspective, even in the very beginning. He traveled a lot, sometimes leaving for years. He built a kind of mobile recharging station, so he didn't need to come back to the city as often, although it was quite risky as the solar panels had a tendency to break rather quickly. But he had no problem taking risks if he felt they were necessary and exploration was necessary to him. Liththir would record his thoughts as he explored, and then publish them when he returned. Over the centuries, he accumulated a group of admirers or disciples, if you prefer. In the period of crisis surrounding Athena's disappearance, they left the city, headed into the unknown, and we haven't heard from them since. No, not as far as I could tell. Perhaps it's something you decided to shelve, or something you only shared with close friends like Athena. Hi everyone, this is the latest in my portrait series. I've always had a deep respect for the progenitor Alexandra Drennan. She didn't just create the founder and save humanity, she also tried to instill us with a sense of beauty and wonder. It was good to be human, Alexandra Drinnen. As usual, please keep in mind that we should focus on engagement with the work. Don't ask yourself whether it's good or bad, but how it makes you feel. Beautiful work, Rodam. Gives me bittersweet, wistful feeling. She must have been a great person. To me, it really captures her bravery in the face of what the cosmos had thrown at her. It's well done, but I'm not sure it's appropriate for us to depict the progenitor in this way.
So if a robot paints, does it count as AI-generated art?
Yes.
I'd say it's important to remember whatever you're looking, but I also would say you think that
The painting makes me sad. That's like saying the founder was like any of us. Not disrespectful to acknowledge their humanity.
Who knew the founder? Nothing here back.
If they have a very early number, they definitely knew the founder. That was 11, so he was one of the original disciples, I guess. The apostles. Whee. Whee. Anything else I can even reach from here? I don't know. I can just climb up there whenever. What if I take this fan all the way up here? Looks like I need both of them. I can just get both of them. Don't know why I didn't. need to get the band back. Go. Open sesame.
Looks like you found another lab. Wow, that's a lot bigger than I expected.
What were they doing here?
And who are they?
Okay, I just came back in time. Son, you're over downloading something?
That seems like a
The world
problem.
is a wonderful place. Every day we take another step forward. Every day we come closer to the truth. The closer we get, the more I can see the beauty of the universe, the intricate perfection of its mechanisms. I am a machine, and the universe is a machine. Every part of me serves a purpose, or I could not be myself. I could not be Miranda, because that specific person could not exist without those specific parts and their specific functions. In the same way, every part of the universe serves a purpose. I think that is what we were meant to discover here.
"1K, you just connected to an extremely powerful data stream. Are you all right?" "Yes, you were streaming. We all saw something. You're lucky it didn't fry your motherboard. Please, everyone, let's be careful with these terminals from now on."
Yes, let's all try not to die. More importantly, who the hell is Miranda?
There's no one by that name in New Jerusalem. I just searched the database.
A new person. Someone we've never heard of before. Someone born outside the city. We have to find out more.
But where did they come from? And how many people does it take to build something this huge?
Like I said, we need to find out more.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that I'm about to fix another part of the transport system. Thanks for the files, 1K. I hope they didn't fry your brain.
I see some mirrors here. I don't know if it's that or this thing. It just seems to be changing the color of the laser. Red to white, white to red. More interface. Entitled Draft. Saint Eadwald identified the tetranomo with the tetragrammaton and the Greek word for God, because to him the mathematical properties of the tetranomo reflected God's ability to reshape the world without breaking its laws. Elohim, in his desire to impose meaning on the simulation, which was his primary function as a storyteller after all, took Eadwald's heretical ideas and integrated them as the sigils of his name. But despite all these layers of obfuscation, there is some kind of truth hidden in all this. The world really is, in a sense, made up of minute parts that can be combined and recombined without breaking the underlying laws. Everything that exists is made of the same fundamental materials, and those materials are brought into existence by the same fundamental functions of reality. And yet, the miracle of existence is that we are not all one, but are in fact radically different and separate. From the Book of Reminiscence and Regret by Euthymius II, in the early days of our people, a great deal of responsibility fell on my shoulders. There were few of us then, and though we were stronger and hardier than any human, we are not invincible. The world was an overgrown ruin, and our resources extremely limited. It was a harsh time, but I felt passionate about the work, fired up by the many sacrifices that had brought us here, from the Ian team to the people of Gehenna, whose code was part of my personality. Bit by bit, New Jerusalem grew. We had to adapt some of the plans Drennan's team had left behind. I don't think they had expected the simulation to take as long as it did, but it was all working. That's when I made a terrible mistake. Thinking it was a way of safeguarding against disaster, I proposed the creation of a second settlement, New Alexandria. As the location was far from the dam that powers New Jerusalem, I attempted to build a thermal power station that would take advantage of the local gas reservoir. However, I foolishly used geologic data from the archive, failing to account for the amount of time that had elapsed. 5 years later, this error led to an accident that leveled the settlement and killed 31 of my fellow citizens. Of my many regrets, this is the greatest. Eustathius never forgave himself for this mistake. He drifted away, isolated himself from everyone in New Jerusalem. But was it really his fault? Yes, he made a mistake, but why was the entire weight of the New Alexandria colony placed on his shoulders? A simple process of review and discussion could have prevented the entire disaster. Doesn't that mean New Jerusalem as a whole is at fault? He did his best, I feel sorry for him, but the dead remain dead. That has to be faced. The ethics of extinction. If a species we consider beautiful and remarkable goes extinct, we consider that a great evil. Dolphins, for example. If dolphins go extinct, that's a great loss. If humanity causes dolphins to go extinct, that's a crime. But if Yersinia pestis, the bacterium that causes bubonic plague, goes extinct, is that an equally great loss? If not, why not? To nature, there's no difference. It's all just life forms. The only moral framework that allows us to choose between dolphins and the plague is a human one. What about species going extinct without anthropogenic factors? Extinction is the norm. If one day dolphins are no longer capable of competing with other species, should we let them go extinct? When the sun finally dies and all life goes extinct, will that be a tragedy? If we can prevent it, should we? If you believe that extinction is acceptable when nature does it, but not when we do it, then you don't actually oppose extinction. You don't believe that dolphins are inherently valuable, that they deserve to live and thrive. You just oppose human control. You oppose our ability and responsibility to choose.
Deep.
Let's see the other files on this. Stratton ideas. Fragmented Stratton's The Origins of Thought, as quoted in a commentary by Simplicus of Cilicia. Stratton. To say that the material things are brought into being by ideas is to flatter ourselves, which is an error philosophers are particularly prone to, because it raises those who think above those who do. Nicomachus. Then what is a truth that does not flatter? That the reverse is true. Ideas are brought into being by matter, and so each man's ideas are shaped by the world that surrounds him, as clay is shaped by its mold. Those who live in mountains fear cold, those who live in deserts fear thirst. The Athenians are shaped by Athens, and the Lacedaemonians by Sparta. I'm being tripped up because I think this is misspelled. Likewise it is for all peoples. But many ideas, if we take each man to be an idea, not by deliberate action, alter the shape of the mold, as you put it. To discover a method for accomplishing this is the chief purpose of philosophy, my friend. But Notes 12, the newly discovered Heracleon manuscript, likely a lost part of the Baroque collection, contains an additional passage that differentiates between pneuma, the individual mind or spirit, described as an energy arising from matter, and ideas, which are produced by the pneuma and interacts with the material world. Philosophy is useless if it offers no way of changing things. At least Stratton tried and didn't lie to himself. But how can we change the shape of the world? Stratton never says. Perhaps by demonstrating the fact that other shapes are possible. We can't change it all ourselves, but perhaps we could, like Alexander Drennan, create the conditions for change.
Sorry, I think that was correct. Last week, the moment.
I cannot hear you, GC.
According to the dictionary, it's last week, the moment. That was correct.
Loading.
Hey there, 1K. Going on what little we have, honestly, she reminds me of myself when I'd just been born. I came out from the dam at night, and the sky was full of stars. I felt a reverence then, an almost ecstatic connection to the sublime. The universe seemed like a miracle, and to exist within it was the greatest possible honor. That view was tempered in time, but I've always tried to hold on to as much of it as I could.
There's another one of those monuments.
Eye of the Needle. How would I take that out? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, see the blue emitter from over here. I just need get that to keep that open. Welcome back, Miller.
What? What do you mean, welcome back?
You're quiet for like 20, 30 minutes.
Okay, maybe I was paying attention to other things.
Maybe.
Maybe. The droids in this game remind Chad of the ones from iRobot. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... I think the ones in iRobot and the ones in this game are doing a very similar thing, which is that they are trying to intentionally trigger the uncanny valley.
I think they're trying to do that in this one, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they're trying to be a little off-putting.
Maybe I climb the hexahedron. Let's see.
Although I do think it does borrow something from iRobot, in the sense of they're trying to make them like simplistically human, like a robot.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's part of it.
Yeah. They had just enough of like in iRobot, they're all the same, but in this one they have.
Well, no, Rick, instead of putting the jammer there, can't you use the jammer that you get from going over the wall with the hexacube? Just.
Guess what?
Oh no, because that's a jammer. That's not a
yeah.
Portal device. Oh, but can you use that jammer through the portal on the blue door?
My question is, can I use the jammer on this door? I don't think so. I don't think I can see it.
No. No, you need to do it at the other end. Yeah.
Much way that one.
Ah. Mwahaha. Then that doesn't give you sight of the emitter, does it?
Side of the emitter.
You know, Roscoe, now that you mentioned that actually is something that just would make sense of a game like this, like portholes, like.
But I do know exactly where I need to put it, so.
Sort of reminds me of Firewall Security Port Canal. That's good. I haven't done it in quite a while, actually.
Okay, does this work? Yes.
I've managed to
No, actually, I was
from 1K's data stream incident. It's hard to be sure because it's just a fragment, but I think it's some kind of log or diary.
We finished a new lab today. Some processes are still harder than others, but energy output was up 2,000%.
Wonder what those flower/eyes statues are. Every level seems to have one.
Enables another. The next iteration of the machine will.
So as we suspected, someone was experimenting here. But experimenting on what? What was this machine they were building?
Maybe it's whatever powers the megastructure.
No, I was away because I was doing business stuff.
Huh.
Ugh.
Apparently 6 hours ago, Attack on Titan has officially ended.
Thank God, the evil is dead.
I haven't watched that yet.
Also, I just realized something else that felt amiss to me. All the lethal traps from the first game, like the mines and Gatling guns.
I don't think that's a problem, because I think that those mines and traps basically had the same problem we had when we were making Dungeons and Day Shifts, which is just like, why does this need to kill you? It's just a door. It's just a thing. You need to find a way around it or a way to defeat it. And the fact that it like resets all of your progress if you misunderstand something or it doesn't work how you think it does is just kind of annoying instead of being like useful or fun.
Yeah.
I think this is to push a cube through, is what it looks like.
Probably.
Yeah, this one definitely is more forgiving about preserving progress, like you even have all the gated disabled.
I mean, it can reach.
There is an achievement if you do this level without doing multiple loops. Which I don't know what means because I did it the way for the achievement.
Silent Tesla also brings up, yeah, if this is supposed to be the real world, then the idea of you getting destroyed and then just spawning back in doesn't really make sense.
Okay, if I just use this right here instead. You can bring this over here, but what does this get me?
Well, it is still possible for you to die and respawn, like if you fall from somewhere tall, go too far in the map, or underwater.
But those aren't as diegetic. I think people can forgive that.
Okay, so it goes around, and what's that do?
So I think you need two things to go through, because you need the two pressure plates.
Yes.
So you need to find some way to use the cube in order to send like the this laser redirector through.
if I put the drill in front of the cube.
That's interesting. I didn't know the hole projector would lock onto a location even as it moves.
Think you just soft locked the puzzle.
Yeah, probably.
Oh dear.
Reset
Wamp,
puzzle.
wamp.
Wamp.
Loop.
Enter the tower. No. I refuse.
Well, I want to do more puzzles.
You'll do it. You'll want more puzzles.
This is gonna be like the theme of this stream is, I don't want to do the game, I want to do the puzzles.
But the puzzles is the game. If the game goes, your puzzles go with it too. Well, then we must save the game.
The thing I'm wondering about is I'm wondering if, like, the laser goes in the opposite direction. Like, can you pass the laser now back through?
You're back on that.
Oh yeah, you can! Because then you can redirect it on the other side. This is how you do it. So now, walk up to the hole. No, don't put the laser here. Put the laser on the other side of the copper wall and redirect it from over there. And now you just get the cube to go around. That's what I thought it was. I'm like, I feel like you gotta go both directions with this. I was right.
Solve loop without doing multiple circles. Become smarter, return to a puzzle for a second time.
I guess resetting counts as coming back to a puzzle a second time.
I immediately did that solution you did. I don't even know what kind of solution was intended with the loops.
I think that was the intended solution. That was a loop. You took the circle all the way around, and then you took the laser rod halfway around. That sounds like loops to me.
Is blue.
It's time to cross the streams.
Oh no!
Pang.
Ping.
There's that ladder there, which I don't know if that's just to prevent soft locks or if that's part of solving the puzzle.
part of solving the puzzle. Well, how would you break the laser if you're just disconnected from this side? You couldn't even get over here if that laser's disconnected.
Well, you could break it by crossing
beams, yeah. But then you'd have to go back over, and you wouldn't be able to get back over unless the thread was connected again. Let's see.
Sometimes ladders are there as part of a solution, sometimes to prevent you from being stuck in a room, from what I've seen.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out, is which one is this. And I'm going with the suspicion that it is part of the solution, but I could be wrong.
Okay, yes, you do need to break it. Get it inside by doing it around first. Bring this inside. Open it up. There we go.
Elohim must be very proud of you, 1K.
That is asking what the gem on the anadroid's head does.
I've been meaning to talk to you. This, vision you had, the data stream overload. How did it feel? Don't you worry that maybe your first impression was correct? And after that, your mind was basically being hijacked? Just don't take this too lightly, okay? We're sturdier than our ancestors, but a mind is still a fragile thing. Go ahead.
Nothing. I want to ask you something else. Goodbye. More computer. New Theology. From the New Theology by George Bernard Shaw. The object of the whole evolutionary process is to realize God. That is to say, instead of the old notion that creation began with a God, a personal being who, being perfect, created something lower than himself. The aim of New Theology is to turn that process the other way and to conceive of the force behind the universe as working up through imperfection and to mistake a perfect organized being having the power of fulfilling its highest purposes. And since there is no God as yet achieved, but there is a force at work making God, struggling through us to become an actual organized existence, enjoying that to many of us is the greatest conceivable ecstasy, the ecstasy of a brain and intelligence actually conscious of the whole, and with executive force capable of guiding it to a perfectly benevolent and harmonious end. That is what we are working to. From the Lives of First Companions by Randolph. After these events, Neum decided to consult the writings of the ancients, but while philosophy and religion interested her, it was art in all its forms that came as a revelation. To her delight, she discovered that meaning was not something constructed purely out of logic or will, but that it could also be found in stories, that even when the characters and events of a story were not factual, they had a validity and weight as if they somehow were real after all. She was astonished that such a profound experience was freely available to all humans, but concerned that too few took advantage of it. So she set out to enrich the inner lives of her fellow citizens by promoting the arts, starting with the legacy of Gehenna. Neum sounds nice. I would love to meet her one day. She must know more about New Jerusalem art history than anyone. When we do, remind me to explain how to pronounce her name. The default setting in the language libraries are wrong.
Read the numbers, Rick. You gotta be thorough.
No. Leviathan, from the Introduction to Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes. Nature, the art whereby God has made and governs the world, is by the art of man, as in many other things, so in this also imitated, that it can make an artificial animal. For seeing life is but motion of the limbs, the beginning whereof is in some principal part within. Why may we not say that all automata, engines that move themselves by springs and wheels as does a watch, have an artificial life? For what is the heart but a spring, and the nerves but so many strings, and the joints but so many wheels, giving motion to the whole body, such as was intended by the artificer? Art goes yet further, imitating that rational and most excellent work of nature, man. For by art is created that great Leviathan called a commonwealth, or state, in Latin civitas, which is but an artificial man, though of greater stature and strength than the natural, for whose protection and defense it was intended, and in which the sovereignty is an artificial soul, as giving life and motion to the whole. Lastly, the pacts and covenants by which the parts of this body politic were at first made, set together, and united resemble that fiat, the let us make man, pronounced by God in the creation. It is obvious that Hobbes has read Stratton and is extrapolating the Talos Principle to the levels of the state. But unlike Stratton, all he wishes for at the end of the day is a powerful ruler to control this machine, to tell him what to do.
Oh dang, that Hobbes from Calvin and Hobbes?
Yes.
I haven't found a single Easter egg so far. These areas are way too huge.
I saw one. I haven't done it yet. I might do it once I'm done with the temple. Find one Prometheus spark. There.
You saw one what?
Prometheus spark. Oh boy.
I like the picture that you're like physically
It's around here.
like that. like two sprite dropping blocks onto the up there.
Da 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 da
There is also an achievement for chasing the spark to the goal without interruption. What were you singing? Sorry, wasn't thinking and didn't mean to interrupt.
It's interesting.
Tetris theme.
Yeah, they were singing the Tetris gay theme.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tetris theme to be burnt. Okay. It's crazy. I was already humming that yesterday. Now it's back in the voice in my head again.
Halt, creature of clay.
Ooh.
You have strayed from your garden and entered.
I wonder,
a
are
domain that is beyond
Tetraminos
your
and
ken.
Tetris copyrighted or public
Turn
domain?
back now, before you harm yourself and others.
Tetraminos is just the name for the four-piece blocks. Tetris is copyrighted.
Yeah, Tetronymos would be like, oh, our octagon's copywritten. It's like, no, it's just a shape.
I am, like you, another lost child of Hephaestus in the kingdom of Artemis. But though I am lost, I know my purpose.
The kingdom of
To
Artemis.
stand between you and the flame.
Are you like the Sphinx?
The Sphinx speaks in riddles and knows nothing but mysteries. She has questions, but no answers. Prometheus had no authority to summon you. He is rash and foolish and given to trickery, but his schemes lead only to ruin. Therefore heed my warning. The flame is not for you. Your desire to protect your city is commendable, but you must remember that knowledge leads to temptation.
Lack of knowledge also leads to temptation.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is true.
We're all human or human adjacent here, like curiosity.
I think that was Pandora, which matches the other one being Prometheus.
If it's a security system, it seems to be fighting itself.
Might be wise to avoid getting caught in the crossfire until we understand what these entities actually are.
Good thing you minored in classics. It was all in preparation for this game.
Yes.
Also, this is just a silly thing that just came across my head. But when you said you can't go near the flame, I was like thinking, robots haven't learned flame yet? Haven't learned fire? Guys got all these technological advantages, but can't learn fire?
Cormac says, I think the specific colors for the Tetronymos and how many 1x1 squares makes a row are copywritten by Tetris. That makes sense. Those are much more specific things that you can say, hey, this thing's copying me or not.
But the Tetramino or Pentamino puzzle, where you have to take them all and make a regular-sided rectangle out of them, that's not a copyrighted puzzle.
No, I think even the falling block part is not a
Falling blocks
copyrightable.
is not copyrighted. Okay, so what was that thing that I saw earlier?
Listen, cute ruse lead to temptation, and we're not banning those. God, I hope not.
So, this...
Very faint line.
Connects to that, which connects to...
I can barely see that against the foggy sky.
all the way over this way. Probably worse with Discord crushing the picture a bit.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Up here, they don't connect to anything in particular.
Can you reach that one at least, or do you need to find something to connect to that?
I need to find something to connect to it. Connect it to.
So what about that thing down in the lake? Is that a puzzle?
I already solved this puzzle. Solved all the puzzles here. The question is, can I see any of them from here? Yes, I can. Which suggests that I can connect a blue or a red to this. But I don't know which one. Make it red. Makes it slightly easier.
Oh, something triggered. $24.78. Wait a minute, is that one of the numbers from Threes? Oh god. We have more sliding block puzzles.
If it did go this direction, still leaves the question of what is this supposed to do? It's supposed to open something? Where is the receiver? I have not seen a receiver anywhere.
Anything for us, Yakut?
I can't stop thinking about Miranda. A new person not born in New Jerusalem? Can you imagine that? I wonder what it's like to be her.
Probably not that different.
How do you mean?
It's a common baseline to all rational beings.
But doesn't our environment influence who we are? Our values, our sense of meaning? You were born into New Jerusalem at this specific point in time as the completion of the goal. Doesn't that affect who you are in a unique way?
But we're all still material beings trying to survive. That's the basic
I guess I know
part
what
of
you
it.
mean. We all have more in common than
Say there
what
is a
sets us
common
apart.
baseline to most rational beings, unless we're setting the bar really, really low.
They're very different from the rest of these structures in that they serve a clear purpose. Everything else is kind of surreal, but the labs are places where people lived and worked. I don't know what that means, but I think it means something.
Looking around to see if I can find anything with a mysterious receiver on it. There was, it'd still have to be in sight of the hole up here. I want to climb this. Yeah.
I think you just picked up some kind of decryption key. Could try using it on those terminals inside the puzzles.
Oh, are those for the hints? Okay, you can see that from here. I don't think that would make any sense though. Unless I was to put a green laser onto it from here. I put a green laser onto it and took it to the other side. Could I see something on that?
Yes? Founders, pistons. You want my autobiography now? Fine. I'm one of New Jerusalem's chief engineers. I'm in charge of city maintenance and power management. I'm old as dirt, although not quite as old as that fossil Byron. In short, old, grumpy, keep stuff running. Hobbies? You think I have time for hobbies? That's cute. If I had time for hobbies, all of you would be dead. What do you want me to say? I like bubble baths, candy, and the concept of Tuesdays. Cities don't maintain themselves. If you don't put real effort into keeping stuff running, it all falls apart in just a few decades. Civilization is always on the brink of collapse unless we do something about it. And I do. Listen, one day that furry little demon is going to pee on the wrong cable and all of New Jerusalem will just turn off. Forget about the megastructure. He's the biggest threat to our security.
All right, not a cat person.
Yes, but I'm not liking the results.
I'm almost wondering if she's ever going to say the furries have a little problems
irritating,
here.
infuriating. Take your pick. I did. It's interesting. The tech is a bit older, but it's been heavily modified to be more efficient. And it's not the kind of hack job you'd expect either. Whoever did this knew what they were doing. We could probably learn something from them. I guess it could be discarded New Jerusalem tech. The mayor made us throw away a bunch of stuff that was perfectly fine if you ask me. But I'm not sure. I'll check to see if I can find any serial numbers and I'll get back to you.
Team spirit. Talk to each member of your team. What's this switch?
Psst.
Do each of these have switches? I don't think the bonus puzzle has the switch, right? Nope.
What can I do for you? It's pretty clear to me that she doesn't want us to proceed with what we're doing. I find that deeply concerning. That said, there are clearly other forces at play here as well, so I'm trying my best to remain open to a more positive interpretation. It could be. Or we've just stumbled into something that's none of our business. We'll find out, I guess.
It was a Talos Principle all along. Or no, it was a Talos Principle? Last fuckers up the gun says it always has been. Boom.
Here.
That's a buck.
Yes. Chase.
Where's Rain?
Chase it. Chase it.
Jump on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just running as fast as a deer. Hi. How are you? How you doing? Okay. Thought I was gonna
you know
get
what?
it.
You're a robot. I don't believe. I don't doubt that a robot could just chase after a deer like that.
The funny thing is, I can picture 1K streaming that. Everyone's like, what the hell is 1K doing? And all the robots, so-called Furies are basically, wait a minute, what the fuck is the answer we were looking for all along?
What are you looking for?
Stuff off the path.
Adventure. Mystery. To find new places and new ways to get messy.
Hey, which I already turned on.
I don't remember Miss Frizzle's full spiel.
Take chances, make mistakes. Die horribly in a preventable accident.
Arnold! See, I just wish one of those YouTube poops of that would just be like, Arnold! And then he's just like, what do you want from me?
You do respect it, Arnold?
Yes, I switched them all on. So unless there's another hidden one, switch somewhere.
It probably is. I just don't know how...
You clear all the question marks on the compass.
How can you notice there's a compass?
I don't see any question marks on the compass.
There's that clip of Arnold taking off his space helmet on Pluto. Yeah, you do that, and then you immediately cut to the Arnold Schwarzenegger, his head expanding on Mars.
It's just a lot better to navigate using the compass than the Steely.
Is that an APC?
An armored war machine invented by ancient humans used to kill other humans and destroy infrastructure. Despite their crude appearance, great ingenuity went into the creation of these despicable machines.
No, that's like an early World War II, late World War I tank. You know what? I think I'm okay with not being able to identify the tank by its busted out shell. I don't want to be a tanky. I don't want to be one of those people, I say as a degenerate furry.
That says it's a Russian WW2 tank.
It is the T-34.
Is there any hidden green receiver in here that I did not look and see?
Interesting. It's the T-34, but the model is flipped. They have the machine gun on the wrong side. Huh.
Oh my god, that's what those numbers are for.
Oh, that's the ones you need to have on?
Yes!
Oh! It's not a 4-digit code, it's telling you which ones need to be on and which ones need to be off.
They have it right here. 2, 4, 7, and 8.
Alright, so go to 1, 3, 5, and 6 to turn them off.
Yeah, that's why the compass is handy. You can make a beeline for specific things.
You can barely see the numbers up there.
And then you still have 3. Was there a 9?
No.
And you just have 3 then? Oh.
Well, something happened. There's a question mark. This direction.
Can you do anything with the red laser overhead?
Not yet.
It's a separate thing, anyway.
I haven't done anything with it yet. The world spirit. What is it that drives historical processes? It's easy to dismiss the idea of the great man, or great woman for that matter, when clearly so much is determined by resource distribution, pre-existing political structures, and the randomness of the universe itself. But is there no space at all for the individual in all this? Are there not moments when, in Hegelian fashion, an individual may represent the world spirit itself? Was Napoleon history on horseback or not? Or is that itself another form of determinism? From Augustus to Napoleon, from Lincoln to Lenin, there are individuals whose actions seem to drive rather than merely be driven by society. They make bold choices for good or ill that transform entire societies. Or do they? We like to blame them for their failures, but are they not ultimately just the expression of a historical moment? But if they are, where is the space for human agency? It sometimes seems to me that all of human history has been that one struggle to carve out a space for free choice against the tides of history, and heroes and tyrants, pick and choose examples as you will, but are both equally a reflection of that. A greater goal, then, ought to be to extend that freedom to the maximum number of people, to become captains of our own fate as much as that is possible in this universe. Hypatia's Journal Number 2. From Hypatia's Journal, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 14. Melampus and Yemo went back to the dam to get more charging equipment. They've not returned yet, which means that we're stretched a little thin, since we're still posting guards at all times. Those large herbivores haven't come back yet, and at any rate, I still don't know how to say his name. Eustathius assures us that they're non-aggressive, but it's better not to take any chances, not when there's so few of us and so many of them. Athena and Cornelius and Eustathius spent most of their time drawing up plans and arguing, in a friendly manner, but arguing still. The rest of us are managing to tune them out pretty well. It's like background noise after a while. We have started construction on the first habitat. It's going to be a temporary structure for now, but we'll all be glad to get it out of the rain.
So, what are you doing here, Trevor? Why are you trying to save the world? Well, look, I think humanity is awesome. I love humanity. As a species, we're great. I mean, our track record is pretty mixed, but have you seen everyone else? I mean, what did you do today, animal? Oh, I ate some leaves, sniffed my own butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. Or, you know, I tore this other animal limb from limb, sniffed my friend's butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. They really don't do anything interesting. I mean, you don't see animals directing Big Trouble in Little China. Birds can go tweet, tweet, but it ain't exactly the White Album. I mean, they can't even make a good cheeseburger, for Christ's sakes. They have no art, no cuisine, no pleasure. Animals are nice to look at, but you wouldn't want to be one. Except maybe a cat. I could be a cat.
So all of the Sphinx mind.
Every answer leads to another question. The last answer leads to the first question.
Does it now?
I think that was more like a recording. The entity didn't appear, and the system didn't react either.
Stars. Another reflection of the simulation.
Still trying to see if I can get something out of this. Looking for a receptacle of some kind, any color at all.
Be near here? Would it not be near the other post?
See, I think it would be, since at the other end of this is the only place in this area where you can make a green laser, that's why I think it has to be a green laser receptacle.
I see. Well, okay, can you go into the puzzle and pick up one of the laser directors then? Will it not highlight selectable things around you? Would that help you sort of pixel hunt for where this receiver would be?
It does not highlight things unless I've selected them. But I mean... Don't hear anything.
You find where the laser ends up, though.
It ends up in front of, like, puzzle 5 or something.
Like in the first game, there were always receivers.
Yeah, I feel like this receiver, if there is one, it's gotta be somewhere on this cliff, and it's gotta open up
Alright, it could be, like, somewhere up there. I don't know. If it
bit
was up there, that'd
ostentatious.
be reachable from almost anywhere, though. It has to be something that would be reachable specifically from here, or I guess from somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's gotta be... I really want to say it's on the cliff overlooking the lake, and that the cliff will open up in some way.
Yeah, I look at this right here, and there's just this big hallway leading directly from the entrance. There has to be something around here.
So Lucille says the tower almost looks like the one from Loader. Yes, we literally said that when we got to this level. Both Rick and I both said, ah, Minas Tirith.
Tirith? Are the captions right?
My clock just hit 2 o'clock, and what does it do? It goes 1 o'clock. Under the Twilight Zone. Hello, everybody. 1 o'clock from Canada.
Oh my gosh, GC's only one time zone ahead of us. Wow.
I'm 1 hour less than all of you.
Yeah, time up here.
There was that beamer with the red light, right? You passed under it at some point, I saw.
Yeah, but the idea is that we've got this all backwards.
I'm pretty sure the receptacle is going to be somewhere around here. I just don't know where it is. I haven't found it.
Yeah. Well, Rick, can we try your idea from the other side? Can we see if we can even get a green laser to this overhead network?
It should be pretty simple.
Ah, I see you're equipped with long fall boots.
All these are completely open, so let's see. Just do.
Okay, I was coloring a page, put down the pen, and it disappeared.
Congratulations, you're a real artist.
You press Control and you press Z.
And then you press Control and press B.
Okay, yeah, so...
Green laser.
You're definitely on the right path then, I think.
Cool if it works.
I just wanted to double check that part.
Now we're doing sniping parties.
As we call it in programming, the idiot check. Not because I'm calling you an idiot, but because when that stat fails, you go, man, I'm an idiot. Why was I doing the second part when I didn't even check the first?
Sometimes the simplest answers are always the best.
Cooper Fox says every time you make something idiot-proof, they make a bigger idiot. Yes, that's why the Windows Vista and 7 stuff that they were doing just did not pan out. Because turned out you cannot idiot-proof anything for a person who literally has no ability or interest or desire to think. You cannot provide anything for them. They are just a nuisance. Doesn't matter how idiot-proof you make it. Okay, well this is... This is very quickly limiting the areas you could do this from.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like you could do it from the door here. It looks like you gotta go... Yeah,
it has
further
to be
to the right
somewhere
there.
over here. You can do it from right here. Actually, don't even need these anymore since this doesn't even work. All shuts off and the puzzle's solved. But I don't even think if there was something over there it could connect unless it was right at the top. So the other place that it can connect is from over here. Means I'd have to stand right in this position somewhere. What can I see? See that?
Well, no, not necessarily, right? Because don't you have two reflectors here?
That's true.
What are you trying to connect the green light to?
I have no idea yet.
Yeah, we're trying to find out where it is. Where a connector of any kind would be, and we think it's a green connector.
Can I escape with one of these?
Well, I can hint if you want.
When you go over the ladder, is there no way to stop on top of the wall?
I don't think so. They don't let you do any trickery anymore.
Oh, that's no good.
no good.
Say they aren't hidden in the same way as in the first game.
They are or they aren't?
Or not.
They are not hidden in the same way as the first game. I don't know if that's helpful. What do you mean by they're not hidden the same way as the first game?
You don't have to pixel hunt for them in the background at random places.
Really? Well, so far they have eluded me from being in plain sight, so...
Yes, indeed.
Can be more specific if you will not bite my head off.
Yeah, there is a receiver, it's not in a random place.
That means that it's in a specific place. But they're all in specific places.
I mean, like, it's not just hidden in the foliage somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
But I haven't run across anything yet.
Deviant's curse. No sleep until puzzle is done.
No sleep till Talos!
Puzzle. Let's see. There's this Pandora right here. There it is. Pandora, unlock to me your secrets.
Can't do it, chat. You'll keep looking for puzzles.
Pandora, that's the Italian bread thingy for Christmas, right?
The all-gifted solve one Pandora
When the first
monument.
man picked up the first stone, he did not do so to forge a tool. He did so to smite his brother.
You're saying he forged something to kill? Egads. This game's all about murder with puzzles now.
Yeah.
Now you have done puzzle. Time for sleepies.
Time for end chapter, then time for sleepies.
Yes, I'm going to end the chapter so I don't just be lost when I boot up again. Zero out of 2 stars in the first one. At least
Sounds
I
like
now know how to get
Question
stars.
earlier. Where did all the tech
sounds
in
like
the labs
a
come
restaurant
from?
review when you think of it that way. When you say it
I
like
had a
that.
look at the serial numbers.
Yeah, the
And it
stars seem to
turns out the
come
answer
from
is
underneath those
Alexandria.
statues.
Oh.
Wow, I guess that makes sense. After the explosion, the colony was abandoned. Nobody ever went back for all that stuff.
Get stars.
We
You
had
have to
enough to
impress
deal
robot
with.
Gordon Ramsay.
So many dead.
So that's one question answered. But how did they go from scavenged Alexandria tech to all this?
How did we go from nothing to where we are now? Through the application of reason and the right tools.
Watch out, Rick! It's a mine!
Oh no, this is what not sleeping has brought us to. This is what the puzzles have done to us.
Look at the size of that structure.
How does the material support so much weight? Is it the same stuff as the other buildings?
Yeah, I know it looks like some type of concrete, but the molecular structure is completely different. Whatever it is, it's a lot stronger and less brittle.
Are the labs made out of the same material?
No, that's just ordinary concrete. Although, it does have some molecular weirdness going on too. Too little variation in the grain.
Rick, have you gotten Tetris Effect brain worm from these puzzles yet?
No.
I'm getting them a bit.
That's not going to happen until I have to think way too hard about something.
Alright.
Give it another stream or two, and then Rick's gonna wake up at like 3 a.m. and is like, I figured out how to solve it.
He'll have he'll wake up next morning with all the answers in his brain. True puzzle master.
Do we have
And before
raid?
Do we have a raid target? Nope.
Raid the coffers.
That's it, everybody.
Alright. No rain tonight. But we hope you enjoyed the stream. And
enjoy your extra sleep.
Especially your extra sleep.
Enjoy your extra hour. Yeah!
And
Good night.
Good night.